Good morning. Welcome to day 85. I'm going to get the food bags. That cup of tea and I home yesterday. Well, I say cup of tea and I think she really did all the work. They're up there. No bears got them. Yay. It's always good. Get the food bags. And I'm going to bring cup of teas over to her tent and just drop it off. I don't think I showed you how our tents are set up yesterday. Here's mine. Right here. Sorry, I got a food bag on my arm, which is heavy because it's mine. And there is Captain Chaos. And this is cup of tea. I'm gonna have my tea in my tent today. Hoping that the rain holds off long enough to pack everything up. But I obviously don't want to rush because stupid girl. Obviously don't want to rush because I can't believe I just did that. I want to show up at the shelter at 1 o'clock this afternoon. No bears last night. That was awesome. It's always a good thing. I didn't hear really anything because of the creek. The creek is super loud. It pretty much drowns out any of the sounds. Except the birds in the morning, which is fine by me. Definitely felt cool last night. I put my hat on just because my head started feeling a little cold. We have about 17 miles to do today. So it shouldn't take very long. Maybe 7 hours. Depends on the terrain. Hope you're all having a good Tuesday morning. I am. Gratitude. This is probably why I could hear peepers last night. Wow. This is wild. So cool.
Talking to the guy who just stepped across the river the last time I had a crossing. This makes it fun. Oh, this is like real mucky too. Yeah, I have this thing to let it. Not deep. Nice culvert water.
This is not the water you want to fall in either. Not a full-on fall anyway.
It's actually kind of sour.
So here I am with High Pack, and he's a subscriber to Chasing Blazes. So first I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate
Thank you for going to the work
watching.
to putting out the videos.
I
know it's time.
It's, you know what, it's worth it though. It's worth it because I'm excited that when I'm done with this experience, I'm going to be able to sit there and relive it. So that's kind of a good thing. And my family gets to be out here with me, sort of. So and friends. And
20 years ago, this wouldn't have happened that way.
No. So you're hiking the AT?
I'm doing one yesterday, one today, and one tomorrow. Get me down to Duncannon.
Nice.
And previously, I'd done down to Boiling Springs. So I'll be to Boiling Springs from Katahdin.
Oh, so you've been to Katahdin?
Oh yeah, several times.
Yeah. Where are you from?
New Hampshire.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, that's awesome. I grew up in New Hampshire. Small world.
Yeah. Did you happen to follow Pink Hot Dog and Mushroom last year?
I didn't, but now I met Pink Hot Dog.
Okay.
I'm going
We helped them
to.
quite a bit last year when they got up our way.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're great people.
He's hiking again this year.
Yes, he is.
And I think
just
he got hurt.
He just had an operation.
Pink Hot Dog is awesome. He's the guy I met near, I don't know, I was in Southern Virginia. I know that. And we had a really, really wonderful conversation. It's one of those that has stuck with me.
Yeah.
And so, what do you love about hiking?
The people.
Yeah, the people are awesome.
Wait till you get up to Monson and meet Poet. Shaw's.
It's funny you say that because that's what Pink Hot Dog and I talked about. He was telling me about something that Poet said.
He's inspirational. During the first COVID year, he couldn't operate.
Yeah.
So I slept in my car and he was my shuttle several times. I was his income.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he didn't, he couldn't do anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He could shuttle food out to people.
Yep.
And I just wanted to get that time. So 100 Mile Wilderness was Poet. That was fun.
Yeah. Was it amazing?
Oh, it was.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's not the beast that people try to describe it as. The 100 Mile Wilderness.
I've heard it's kind of a spiritual piece of the trail.
Yeah, there's something about up Millinocket Way.
You're absolutely right, because I've been to, like yourself, I've been to Baxter quite a bit. We go camping there every fall.
Cool.
And there is definitely something magical about that area that is incredible.
Had an older gent who had a group of fishermen. We'd go up to Millinocket, fly off of Amber Jesus, which is Millinocket Lake, and Amber Jesus is on the other side.
Okay.
And fly into Henderson Pond, which is about 30 miles away. Come to find out, the trail is only like 2 miles from Henderson Pond.
Oh, no way.
And we didn't even know that then. And so we'd fish for a week, and they'd come in and fly us out. So beer and cards and fishing and
and quiet.
Good old boys.
Quiet too. That must have been beautiful.
Yeah, that was neat.
Oh, it was great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And thank you very much for being a subscriber and for watching the videos. Okay. You know, we're gonna take all that money and find a good cause or two to donate it to, and it'll be awesome.
Well, you get up my way, and I'll email you or contact you, and I'll try to be some help.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. High Pack is a subscriber, so thank you again, High Pack. It was awesome meeting you and talking to you about home and Maine and everything that is yet to come, you know, on this trail. So had a great conversation, and we had to cut it. We had to cut the conversation. The bugs are just, if you stop moving, the bugs just start getting you. But good luck to you on your hike, and enjoy the trail and all it has to bring you. Here I am with John's dad, and that's his hiking name, so it's John's dad. And John's dad has his own YouTube channel also, and it's called
John's Dad Hikes.
John's Dad Hikes. So what exactly do you do on your channel?
Well, I do a couple things. I guess a couple things. How-to stuff, basic stuff. How to filter water, how to set up your tent, how to throw a bear bag, those kinds of things.
Ooh.
And then I like to take a big bite out of backpacking food. How's that for a stupid line?
That's
But
awesome.
I dehydrate everything. Fruit leather with rhubarb and cranberries and
You do
the
it all yourself?
The coconut stuff. Yeah, the coconut treat you got.
Yeah.
That was kind of my own invention.
Delicious.
It was really good.
It was
I
very
liked them.
good, yeah.
And then I do section hiking, not a through hiker.
Okay.
And just trip reports.
So he also hiked a very cool trail in Sweden called the King's Trail. And he did, he wrote a book on that. You can get it on Amazon.
Yep.
It's called
John's Dad Hikes Kungsleden, and Kungsleden is the King's Trail in Swedish.
Can you spell that?
Yes.
I can't.
K-U-N-G,
All right.
which is king, Kung, L-E-D, Lade, which is trail,
Yep.
Kungsled, and then E-N means the. So Kungsled and Kungsleden.
See, you're always learning something out here. I know I am anyway, but his channel is really, it sounds, I haven't checked it out yet. I will obviously do so, but it sounds like it's really beneficial if you are trying to learn things and how to do things out here. It sounds like that's really helpful.
I'm hoping that it would be a good thing for scouts to watch, that they could learn for backpacking. So it's aimed at beginners totally.
Which is wonderful. So you can let your kids or your grandkids watch it. Unlike my channel, he won't be dropping F-bombs or anything like that. It's kid friendly. So check out his YouTube channel and check out his book. You can get it on Amazon. You can also get the Kindle version, which is really easy. So maybe grab the Kindle version for yourself or buy the book.
Good.
All right.
Good.
Take care. John's Dad Hikes is going to cross the river.
Oops.
See how you got to be careful? Use your poles.
Easy.
Nice job. Union Canal. Following the Swatara Creek from Pine Grove to main line of the canal at Waterworks was a feeder branch. It was in use from 1830 to 1862. A portion of the big dam, a guard lock, and several lift locks remain on the other side of the Swatara. This, my friends, is why thru hikers love trash cans. There's my blaze, baby. There's my blaze. Sun came out, yay. Awesome. Something that just popped into my mind. There was a night recently at a shelter where there were a group of people, I think just maybe 4 or 5 people, that were talking about politics. They were talking about, I'm just going to say politics. Let's just leave it at that. I'm going to keep it, like I said, as generic as I can. People talking about politics. I've been on this trail since February 14th. So, 3 months, right? That's the first time I've ever heard anybody talking about politics. And can I just tell you, it made our stomachs turn. Like, it was gross. We were talking about it last night, actually. And, you know, it's like, you can really easily be offensive when you get into those kinds of subjects and you're staying with a large group. It's one thing if it's just like last night, me, cup of tea, and Captain Chaos. If the three of us were talking about something, okay, it's just the three of us and we're talking amongst ourselves. But when you have that many other people around you and you're talking about stuff like that, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go up to my sleeping bag, my bed area, whatever you want to call it, and I'm gonna just edit videos because it was so disruptive to any other conversation that was going on. They weren't arguing, and they were being cool about it. Like, there was no nastiness and things weren't ugly, but it was just the fact that I didn't want that shit, for lack of anything that better covers what that all is, in my headspace out here. There's a reason I'm out here, and one of them is to not think about the rest of the world. I'm sorry, but that's actually true. I don't care what's going on. I mean, on some level I care, but with that kind of stuff that I have literally zero control over or impact on, I don't want that in my head while I'm out here loving this journey, loving nature, loving God's beauty that surrounds me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. I don't want to hear it. Not out here. Not this chick. I suppose, to be fair, I should just add this one caveat, and that is, when I'm home, I don't want to hear about it either. So I pretty much never want to hear about politics and all that crap. It makes me sick. It's gross. I hope I didn't offend anybody. I just thought I had to share this with you. This is nuts. Nuts! And these big rocks move. They're not all stationary, as you would expect. Ugh. It's like being on the rock pile. You all know what the rock pile is, don't you? That's the nickname for Mount Washington. You know why? Because it's a big pile of rocks, I should say. And hiking it is much like this. You just hop from one rock to another and hope that your foot lands squarely on something stable. Hence the name ROCKSYLVANIA. So if your terrain looks reasonably flat, that's great, but that doesn't mean it's smooth. So keep that in mind when planning hiking in Pennsylvania. Oh my gosh. This is exhausting. I remember around my 40th birthday, I think it was, Jim took me to a movie. It was basically a documentary about running a marathon where it followed a handful of people on their training, and I think it was the Boston Marathon. I don't remember now, but it inspired me so much. And I remember saying, when I turn 40, I want to run a marathon, because I knew I had the head for a long distance endurance race. I just didn't know if I could do it physically. So as soon as I would train, and of course I would get ahead of myself, I'd do too much too soon and get hurt. And then I'd get the realization, or the epiphany, if you will, that damn it, I just want to run. I don't need to run a marathon, because my injuries were preventing me from even doing my daily runs. And at the end of the day, I was like, okay, I don't need to do the stupid marathon. I just want to run every day. So I kind of gave up on that, because I figured my body just wasn't strong enough or built the right way to endure a marathon or the training for one. Well, then, I don't know. I don't remember how old I was. It's a few years later, over the next few years, I was like, okay, maybe I'll do a half marathon. Again, every time I'd get up around 10 miles or so in my training, I would get hurt. Super deflating, to say the least. And again, I would have the realization, I would just rather do my runs every day than do this race. So there you have it. Then one day we were up at our camp in Maine, and I decided to do this run that was about seven miles or so. I did the run. I'd just been healthy. I was feeling good. And I did all right. And I said, you know what? I can do 7. I can do 13.1. So I literally signed up for a half marathon in 2 weeks from then, somewhere around there. It was, I will be perfectly transparent, it was a really, really good half marathon course. It was relatively flat. I don't think, there might have been 1 or 2 small ups in there, just a couple hills, but nothing difficult. So I picked a really smart course to do, and I said, I'm just gonna give it a shot. I'm just gonna go out there and I'm gonna try. And in my head, of course, like anything else, you have a number you want to hit whenever you do a race. At least that's how I am with running. It's like, okay, this is what I want my pace to be, and this is where I want to end up at the finish line. Well, I ended up, I can't remember what it's called, but Jim told me. I ended up running the second half of that half marathon faster than the first half. And I was literally smiling from ear to ear through that entire race. I loved it so much. I was like, this is the most awesome race I've ever run, and it was amazing. And I beat the time in my head that I really wanted to beat. And I was really stoked. I mean, like, I was on a cloud. As you can see, when I do 12 by 12 or 14 by 12, or I hit another 100 miles, these physical achievements mean a lot to me. And not just when I do it, when other people have them too. My husband is a really good runner. He's always been incredibly fast. And it's just something I have respect for when somebody has strong athleticism and achievements, and they put themselves out there to compete and do well and train. And so after that race, I was like, maybe this is what I want to do. Well, of course, after that race, I could barely walk for 3 days. and it really beat the crap out of my body. I loved it, but it was clearly something I probably couldn't do on any kind of a repetitive basis. So I stuck to my regular runs, which would vary from 3 to 5 miles a day, depending on how I was feeling and weather and all that. And I was just thinking about how I'm out here, and I'm like, I'm happy. I'm like smiling all the time. And yeah, I have my bad days and I have my sad moments. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I never will. But overall, I am very happy every day. And I have to say that I think this is my marathon. I think this is the marathon I was never going to run. But this is it. Instead, it's a hike. Because I feel like there's a part of my brain that's wired for this kind of thing, you know, that's wired for the long haul, if you will, when it comes to something with physical endurance and a test of your mental capacity to achieve your goals. So maybe I wasn't meant to run the Boston Marathon or the New York City Marathon or the Chicago Marathon, but instead I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail, and that's my marathon. And I like it when there's no rocks and the track is nice and flat like this. Ooh-wee. So because of that, I think today's gonna end up with a few more miles added onto it to get closer to town tomorrow, so that tomorrow we get into town a little earlier than dinner time to get our resupplies and laundry done and clean up and all that. So these shelters must have some bees. Yeesh. Yeah. This is pretty cool though. This is the William Penn shelter, I think. Look at that. It's got a downstairs and an upstairs. Sweet. I think I'm gonna eat lunch here. Another bougie wrap with my bougie trail mix from Amy and peanut butter. Woo woo! Me and a lot of bees are just hanging out here. Ooh, look at that nest. Oh, shit. Oh, and another one. Oh, yeah. There's one thing I won't miss from the AT when I go home. Shitting in a privy. As the weather gets warmer, it gets more and more fragrant. And not only is it fragrant, but there's flies everywhere. These woods are so pretty. You know, they don't have a ton of underbrush, so you can see through them pretty far. It's actually really nice. It's been a lot of bird song today, which has been really, really special. Look at all that beautiful farmland. Oh my gosh. It's like one plot after another. So beautiful. We literally had that nice smooth track for miles after lunch today, and now I'm back to this. Jabbing it through my feet, the bottoms of my feet. Oh my goodness. So unfun hiking on this at the end of the day. Particularly when you've tacked on extra miles, thinking, oh, it should be relatively flat. No problemo, eh? Oh. Okay, maybe a little bit of a break. This is not as bad. I would take this over that, maybe. No wonder the bottoms of my feet are so sore. I just met a whole group of Amish people. It looked like, it was like 7 boys, ranging from, oh, I don't know, 7 or 8 all the way up to maybe 12. And they were with 2 women, potentially their moms, I don't know. But they stopped when they saw me and asked me a whole bunch of questions about how many miles I've gone, where did I start, how many miles did I do today, where do I get my water, all kinds of really good questions. How much my pack weighs, and really, really sweet and genuinely curious. It was pretty cool. It's nice to see them all out here hiking. I have to tell you that if I make it to 1200 today, it'll be a damn miracle if I don't break an ankle with all these rocks. Oh my gosh. This is outrageous. Oh, wow. Wow. 1200 miles, baby. 1200 miles, baby. Woo! Oh, hell yeah. That's 1200. 1200, baby. Oh, yeah. It's not easy walking 1200 miles. But there's nothing else like it. Nope. That means there's 998.4 miles to Katahdin. Under 1,000. Feels good. This girl's work is not done yet. We're here at the tent site, and there's not a lot of flat spots for tents, which kind of sucks because we're wiped out. These rocks kicked everybody's ass today. I'm glad it wasn't just me. I thought I was being a wuss. Super long day. 22.5 miles. Hit the 1,200 mile mark. My feet are destroyed. Everyone's beat today. All of us felt like today was really, really hard. It took a lot out of us. We get to camp. weren't a lot of flat tent spots, which was a problem. I'm on so many rocks, but got here late, set up, ate, had to find a place to hang the bear bags, finish setting up, clean up from dinner, and I went to clean up in the stream a little bit. Had a little bit of a fire while we had dinner, and that was it. I'm just wiped. Sorry, I don't know how to deal with this light while I'm doing the video. Anyway, just wanted to wrap up the day and say it was a really great day, but it was very tiring and very long. Got about 18 or 19 miles tomorrow into town, resupply, laundry, shower, eat, back out on trail. I'm just tired, but I love it.